Good morning, everybody out there on the internet. Welcome to another episode here on Tetragrammaton. Hey, I noticed that the volume on a lot of my videos is really weird because the camera I'm using doesn't exactly have a really good pickup mic. Anyways, if you bear with me and just, adjust the audio as you're watching the video, sorry about that. Maybe one day I'll have a better microphone. Today's video, as you might have caught from the title, is going to be an interesting one. It's very relevant to current events and very important, extremely important. I can't stress how important this is going to be. It's actually a follow-up video to another YouTuber out there that goes by the name Mikayla Kooper. Links in the description. She uploaded a video that is a pertinent discussion, an extremely pertinent discussion to be had this time, right now. And I want to make a follow-up video to what she just talked about. It's got to do with getting chipped for the vaccine, Getting a subdermal chip to sort of prove you've been vaccinated and things like that. Now, first of all, I would never take any subdermal chip that's legally mandated for any reason whatsoever. That's just my personal philosophy, right? I don't care if it has a vaccine or whatever. You can give me a normal vaccine with an injection, and that's fine, that's great. Standard vaccine in and of itself, again, that's a whole different story. A vaccine for a very specific purpose, simply to vaccinate against the disease. But here, they're throwing in so much more than just a vaccine. And smells like a rat, don't it? Well, guess what? It is. The whole point of this thing is to have you basically in the gray zone between kind of smelling that something's off and at the same time having you take it. That's how this works. That's how these processes of becoming marked by the beast work. Obviously nobody says, yo, come and get your mark of the beast right here. People need a denial process. That's psychology. But at the same time, that contract of damnation only works when you still somewhere inside you know that you've bought into it, right? It can be very inexplicitly mentioned. It can be flat out specifically told you. But at the same time, most people won't say yeah to that, right? So it's inferred, and you will know what I'm talking about. It will be obvious to you. Because all around you in that process, when that's happening, guess what? There's other beings that are psyching, that are spreading a conversation, a perception, something happening in here and in here. That's how this works, okay? Because you will never be able to deny what you've done in the face of judgment when it comes. It's not convenient. It's just how it's going to be. So my advice is to build a strong layer of skin like a callus against it and say, no, if you're weak, if you don't do that, you will know exactly what you said yes to and you will regret. Now, the truth of the matter is that people up in the higher orders of things, the so-called quote-unquote elites or whatever you want to call them, how you want to label them, they do strategize to find ways to manipulate groups of people to change the way they think about something, but all the way down to the individual as well. Because this comes down to processing on an individual level, and it requires a certain individual buy-in. You can't just bam, 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 right? They need to be bought into this and then massaged into accepting what they've done. And then eventually saying, hey, I kind of accept it over time and, okay, fine, I just wanted a decent life. I don't want hardship, right? Well, in the years to come, in the days to come, During the 7 years of trib, that's just how it is. It ain't easy. And yeah, when you take that thing, there ain't no going back. It's a point of no return. And once the people have taken the point of no return, you know what will happen, right? Like they'll slowly, their psyches, their psychologies will start to accept it, but at the same time, they're gonna create like, almost like self-justification, right? Like, why'd you put this burden on me? I just wanted a decent life, you know? I don't want to get kicked out of my house. I don't want to like not be able to buy things. I don't want to be treated wrong. I don't want people to alienate me and call me crazy. Well, guess what? If any of y'all been like vegans out there or whatever, it's time to get vegan on a situation, you know? You know what I mean? That's just how it is. Inside joke for anybody that's been a vegan or, you know, gone through that phase. Now, the truth is that, okay, so these people that kind of scheme at the top of the levels, they're not exactly great at understanding how to get every individual to buy into this thing, especially at a certain time. Now, but the truth is they also they know really, really well the power and influence of actors, beautiful people, people on the TV. They have major influence on individual behavior, right? We all love and watch their movies, we look up to them, we think that, you know, they're like really cool people. There's no doubt. And that's great. I mean, that's how we are. Now, when we see an actor get mobilized and show a certain type of opinion and try to influence the decision-making process of people, well then if anybody's sort of like in that gray zone, that sort of phase where they don't want to be part of something or blah blah blah, it becomes so much easier for them to jump over.